starting with Team USA, and this is the first time, surprisingly, that Steph Curry has ever competed on the Olympic team. So I'm excited to see him compete. I think 2016, he was probably recovering from that 73 and 9 year. Didn't really want to compete there. And then in 2020, did we do the Olympics with COVID?
I don't believe we did.
Yeah, I don't believe we did. So kind of got robbed of that opportunity. Has competed in FIBA twice, but it's kind of a weird Olympics team. It's like a weird mix of talent because I'm confused why Kawhi Leonard, who is someone who does not want to play basketball during the regular season, takes all of this time off, isn't available during the playoffs and got hurt in the playoffs this year and didn't play out of concern for his injury, is now playing for Team USA when someone who would probably deserve to be there more and actually plays like Jaylen Brown, the finals MVP, would actually want to be on the team when like Kawhi doesn't seem like he wants to play basketball. So I'm like, why even bother with Team USA then if you need all of this rest during the regular season and all of this rest during the playoffs when your team actually needs you when the Clippers are failing? This is kind of just a slap in the face to the Spurs, the Raptors, who he won a title for, and the Clippers.
Yeah, it's a weird collection of players here. My concern also is with Joel Embiid on this team too. He's not even from America. He's from, I think you said Cameroon off
Yeah,
air.
he's from Cameroon, and then with Joel Embiid too, it's like, okay, I can't win anything in the NBA. I can't get past the second round, and I'm probably not going to get past the second round this year. So you're now bandwagoning on Team USA because you get US citizenship, I believe, which is what allows you to play for Team USA. But like, why wouldn't you want to represent your own country in this? And why are you bandwagoning on Team USA when you're also someone who is perpetually hurt and perpetually tired in the playoffs as well? You're someone who also needs rest.
I think that Team USA should have players who are coming into their own, who are continuously growing. People like Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, hell, even a player like Tyrese Halliburton as well, I think would be a good fit here. But instead, we're having these people who have been on these Olympic teams, some 3 or 4 title runs at this point,
Yeah.
and it's just wasting opportunity for these guys who are hungry and ready to play, and who are also not hurt throughout the season.
Yeah, and we have Anthony Edwards and Tatum on the team, and Anthony Edwards did say, like, hey, these guys are going to need to fit in around me, and I am the number one option for this Olympic team.
Yeah, which I don't know if that's entirely true.
Yeah, I believe Steph Curry would probably be the number one option, someone who's actually won a title. Jason Tatum, someone who has actually, won a title and been conference championships a lot more times than you have and has established his game. But yeah, it seems like a lot of older players where it's kind of the last hurrah for that old era of the NBA where we have LeBron, Steph, KD, Kawhi, and even Joel Embiid is old at this point if you factor in all of his injuries and mileages. So I think it'll be an interesting Team USA, but I'm definitely worried about the old players. Kevin Durant is already day to day with a calf injury.
Yeah, a lot of these players already banged up, and a lot of the European teams have also gotten a lot better over these last few years, really challenging the U.S. over the last 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, Greece with Giannis and his brothers sitting on the bench cheering him on are always going to be dangerous. They already, I believe they pushed Slovenia out, so Luka's already out. But France is the team I feel like that always gives us a lot of trouble, especially because European rules, you can touch the ball above the cylinder, and they kind of, I feel like the European players in the Olympics always do a little bit better because they understand the rules and what we can do. But I think Wemby on France is definitely going to be a problem over the next few years because it seemed like Team USA has just underperformed over the past few years.
Yeah. I feel like its peak the last 15, 20 years was the 2012 team. And then ever since the 2012 team, it feels like a lot of these players, after they have won their gold medal, not as hungry. And also, like, Team USA historically has been so dominant in the sport that it feels like they don't try as hard, especially with some of these harder teams. So I don't know. I think it's time for a change there.
Yeah, definitely. It just seems like the players really don't care too.
Yeah.
Because like it feels like they're like, well, the NBA championship is technically the world championship, and we know if we put our best players out there, that we would dominate anyone, so they already have that in the back of their mind, but we never used to get blown out like we did the past year in FIBA, I believe, when we lost, or in the 2012 Olympics, like that team would never get blown out. The dream team would never have a game where it'd get blown out. Like, can we get back to beating teams by 70? I get it's not entertaining for the average fan, but I think it's awesome to basically see a high school all-star team go up against a varsity team, you know?
Yeah, like what we expect to see when football comes to the Olympics in 2028, when we have the Patrick Mahomes and the Tyreek Hills and all these great players. That's what I should expect to see when the NFL comes around.
Yeah, when the NFL comes around, now we're losing to like Japan. Like, are they just doing like a trial Olympic? Like, what happened with Team USA losing at football when we're really the only country that plays football, right?
I'd like to think that it was a lot of college players and it wasn't a lot of like NFL players. I don't think there was any NFL players at all, actually.
Yeah, but if we're going up against like sumo wrestlers, I feel like we should still beat them.